Today we're talking about the number 8 in someone's soul contract chart. So that could be an 8-8 or it could be a 17-8. But anytime you have an 8, you're going to be dealing with this energy. The 8 is Cancer energy. So Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon is the fastest moving planet. So people with 8s in their chart are going to be moving a lot. It's about grounding, and when you're grounded, then you're actually clairvoyant. But when it comes to the future, like seeing the future, but you have to be grounded. And you're a really high frequency soul that is down in this. So this can be tough for some people, especially men, but you're a very high frequency soul and you're down here in this very dense earth, but you're also connected to the higher realms. If it's in a karmic area, then in your childhood, there was some trauma where you just closed down your heart altogether. So you just don't do emotions at all. You can't tap into your emotions. You don't deal with other people's emotions. You really need to be needed. So you get way too involved in other people's business because you want to fix them or fix something for them. You think you could do it better than them. So that's one of the issues that you have if it's in a karmic area. And you're all up in your head because, again, you don't connect to your emotions or anything. So you're all up in your head. You let your mind actually tell you what you're feeling. So you really intellectualize your emotions instead of actually feeling them. You have trouble committing to things, like maybe even like an address, or you just move, or you don't really have a permanent address, and you could be so ungrounded that you don't care about things like hygiene or, possessions or anything like that. And you may relate to animals more than you do people. Also, this is an interesting one. You have an idea of a relationship in your mind, but it's unattainable because you are not going to fully open up and be emotionally raw with another person. So you want this relationship, but you're just not able to have it because you can't tap into your emotions. But you are a really sensitive soul just because of that high frequency. And you also have trouble telling good from bad. And in a past life, you probably didn't connect to anybody in society. If it's in your spiritual karma specifically, you are aware of your spirituality, but you resist any kind of human emotions. So you need to get out of your head and into your feelings. If you have it in a talent area, then even if it's in a talent area, I always say that you may still need to work on it. Just because it's in a talent area doesn't mean you experience it as a talent all the time. So it may still be something that you need to work on. But if it's in a talent area, then you are, as long as you're grounded, you are able to be clairvoyant when it comes to the future. So I always tell this story about my ex-boyfriend because he has 8s in his, I believe it's his physical talents, I think. I'd have to go look again. But anyways, so he is one of those people that are just moving all the time. And I don't think I ever got an actual sentence out when we were together, like a full sentence, before he was asking me another random question or showing me something on his phone or just getting up and walking away, like right in the middle of my sentence. So he was very just all over the place, except when he was watching football. And when he was watching football, he just was so tuned in and grounded during this game that whenever he would watch it, right before and this happened like several times during a game, and he was always right, but like right before they would snap the ball, he would say, "Oh, they're going to throw it to 86 and he's going to go left." And every single time he was right. Like every single time he had one of those kind of like spontaneous declarations, they turned out to be right. So that's just an example of he was very ungrounded most of the time, but when he was tapped in and grounded, like he could see the future. And you're really good at just inserting yourself into any sort of society and just being totally at ease. And you can relate to anyone. That's another talent that you have as an 8. And you're here to serve others, but the way that you serve others is you are able to change. So you can change for every person who you're helping. So every person you're helping, you're whoever they need you to be so that you can help them. So that's another talent. A goal, if you have an 8, is you have to ground into society. So that means you do have to connect with other people. And you have to connect with them using your emotions, not, again, doing that intellectualizing your feelings. And when you're grounded, your talents can come through. And if it's in a soul destiny, you are serving society by being grounded enough for your talents to come through. So that's if it's in a soul destiny. So if you've got it, if you just need some help with your talents, or if you've got it in a karmic area or a goal, here are some things that might help you with this number. Again, because you're all up in your head, you could experience some depression, and it could be some severe depression because this number is about seeing the future. And if you can't see a future at all, that could trigger some really severe depression. So you may need to get help for that. And then you need healing, whatever that means to you, for the abuse or trauma that you experienced when you were little, whatever it is that closed down your heart. Since this number is all about grounding, anything that has to do with grounding is good for you. You know, meditating, walking in nature, qigong, yoga, anything like gardening or cooking or exercise, whatever it is that you do, especially it probably involves your body doing something, whatever it is that you're doing, and you look up and you go, wow, like where did the time go? That's when you're grounded. So whatever it is that you can do to ground every day, this will be really helpful. And you also may struggle, like I said earlier, with taking care of even the most simplest things. So cleaning or anything like that, doing everyday things. So try to, if like, for example, cleaning your house. So pick a day, like the same day every week, and just tell yourself that's when you're going to clean your house. And you can start small if you need to, and you can work your way up, but have some sort of goal as to this is the day I'm going to clean my house. Or I know I did this too because I have an 8 in my chart, but I was really a wreck in the kitchen. I mean, my kitchen was just a wreck. So I finally told myself, I don't care what happens. I'm going to just clean my kitchen up before I go to bed, because a lot of times I would just leave my kitchen and it was just, and then you get up in the morning, it's just a disaster. So I said, no, every night, no matter what, I'm going to clean my kitchen so it's clean in the morning. So it's just little things like that that you can do. And then make sure you're throwing things away. If it's garbage or if you don't use it, like get rid of it. And you also need the people in your life to give you a lot of love. This is one of those things where you need to really connect emotionally with people. And so you may need to have a conversation with people and say, this is what I'm working on. This is what I'd like to do. And this is what I need from you. So you may have to have some of those conversations with people too. So men with this number may have a little trouble with this. And lastly, you can make connecting to people a priority. So again, connecting will help you get grounded, but only if you are accessing your emotions while you're doing this. So start small. You're going to have to learn how to do this. Um, make it a coffee date or take a class to get together, especially if it's a class that is a more grounding experience, like a cooking class or painting or yoga or something like that. So then you're connecting to people and you're also doing a grounding activity. So that would be a best case scenario. And if you sign up for a class, you're more inclined to go too. So that's always helpful. But that is all about the eights in someone's soul contract chart. If you don't know, if you found this video, but you don't know what your soul contract chart looks like, you can go to my website, or there's a video here on YouTube where I teach you how to calculate the numbers. And then you can go to my website, which is in the description, and you can read all about the different numbers that you have in your soul contract chart.